I'm Nik Perring, and I'm going to read you from my very glamorous studio, as you can see, a story from Not So Perfect that was very much inspired by David Bowie. Yeah, I've been wanting to read this for a little while and haven't really had the chance. So here it is. This is called 5 Years and the Last Night on Earth. You spilled some when you put down your glass. I guess somehow or in some way we all did. For you, it was the way you put it down on the table. Clumsy and awkward and abrupt. And it was the same for us, I think. Something spilled over. Something dripped over our sides. I can't blame you. Can't blame us. It was big news. A big shock. All of us lost something that day. The news presenter was crying, and I think that was the final straw. That's what made the man behind the counter, who minutes earlier had smiled as he'd served us, as he'd handed us milkshakes and ice cream, turn off the TV. I left the place in silence. Nobody sipped. Nobody ate. Nobody spoke. Spoons were suspended and still, just like the open mouths of those who held them. The room, for a time, was frozen. It's like we're all in a photograph. You took your hand from your glass, and I opened mine, and we touched, fingers to palm. It was as though we completed a circuit, because that's when the room warmed, when people thawed, when we all came back to life. Once more there was noise, a growing rumble of chatter, scared and desperate some of it, and nervous and manic as well. You said, well, at least you have a date. And I said, shit, whoa. You smiled at me, you said, let's not waste a moment. And I was slow to respond, slow to think. My brain sat there inside a warm skull, felt as frozen as your ice cream. You smiled at me again. I thought then how those pink lips would be the last thing I think of when our sun went out. Soft and pink and full of hope. I wouldn't have chosen anything else. I remember telling you that. I remember saying, I hope the real thing's still with me. And you promised it would be. That you would be. And I said, and I could get one last kiss then. And you nodded to me. Told me, yes. The girl at the table by the counter started freaking out. Do you remember that? She was crying at first, then she fell to the floor, the stool clattering after her, and she beat it. She pummeled the tiles. So we left. And then we were out in the street, your hand in mine or my hand in yours. Not that it matters. We were together and happy, I guess. There in the street, the rain showering us, the wind sneaking inside our coats. You said, so what are we going to do? And I said, anything you want. We wrote a list that night. Do you remember that? In bed, the duvet around us. Promised each other we'd do as much of it as we could. Promised to enjoy the last 5 years together. Promised to make the most of the last 5 years of Earth. And you know, it doesn't matter that we didn't get to do most of those things. Really, I'm not pissed off about that. I'm not angry. I just wish life hadn't become much crueler so suddenly. God knows things were difficult, and short enough as they were. Just wish you'd had the full 5 years. And Jilly, I'm not even sure why I'm writing this. You'd think there must be more exciting ways to spend the last night on Earth, but this brings me closer to you. It gives me more than the image of your pink smiling lips, and it gives me the chance to see your name, and that helps me to see you, in a way. And I can't think of a better way for all of this to end than me looking at you. I've just seen the clock. It's almost time, Jilly. My Jilly. I will watch you all the way to the end. All the